David, congratulations, because you are one of the first two Chinese minor from UCA and from the state of Arkansas. Congratulations! You have done. Made great achievement, and your Chinese is very good now. And on the eve of going to China to teach English, I want to first congratulate you and then give you our best wishes. So I have a few questions for you. So, why do you want to learn Chinese?
I think that Chinese is a really interesting language. Not a lot of people study it because they just think it's too difficult, so I felt like if I could learn Chinese, then I really have something I could be proud of and something that would say something about me as a student. And also I just think China is a really interesting country and that it'd be really nice to be able to go there someday.
Yeah. How did you learn it? Your Chinese is so good now.
Mostly I took classes at my university. That was a big help to me, a big impetus to me studying the language and improving a lot. But I'd really say that my Chinese started improving the most once I started associating with more native speakers and practicing more just my listening and my speaking.
So like the conversation partners?
Conversation Partners was a good program and that helped a lot, but just having Chinese friends that I spent time with.
You've been to China twice.
Yes.
On the study Chinese in Shanghai program. So how did that program help?
I think it helped a lot in different ways because I went 2 different times and the program was slightly different each time due to the size of the group that went. But I felt that it was very useful to me just to be able to be in China and be around the language, and you learn a lot of daily use vocabulary that you won't necessarily learn in classes. For example, like how to ask for change when you exchange money or bargain for a good price in the market, or even to ask where the bathroom is.
Okay. Why did you decide to take a Chinese minor?
I thought that a Chinese language minor would open a few doors for me, and it would be a specific part of my degree that could demonstrate that I actually had achieved a certain amount of mastery of the language. And I still feel like I have a lot of ways to improve, but at least when I apply for jobs, I have something that demonstrates that I do actually have a fairly strong background in Chinese language.
Very good. Any suggestions you have for the future, students who study Chinese?
Really, my biggest suggestion would be, like me, just try to have a lot of Chinese friends. Practice with native speakers just as much as you can, because that's the way you're going to improve the most.
Okay. Can you tell us about yourself, your background a little bit? So for someone who never know you.
Well, there's not really much.
Starting from I'm David Teaster, my Chinese name, something like that.
Okay, well, Tian Dawei, really that was just a name given to me by my first Chinese teacher here at UCA, Shi Mei. And the reason she picked it is that my last name is Teaster, and I think really she was trying to go for names that kind of sound alike. So Tian, I think, is one of the closest things you'll be able to find to Teaster in English. And then Dawei is, I think, a pretty common transliteration of David in Chinese.
So just say to the camera, to someone who never know you, introduce yourself, like I'm Tian Dawei, I'm David Teaster, my name is, Chinese name is Tian Dawei, and say hello, say a few words to them in Chinese.
Okay. My name is David Teaster. 我的中文的名字是田大伟。如果你在学习中文，我真的祝你好运。